Hello, everyone. I want to talk about how we can leverage our tragedy and transcend it so that we can continue moving forward in our life. I was reading an article about a gentleman who had lost his child, and this is how he is placating himself so that he can continue living. He tells himself that, hey, my son is still in Boston. Maybe he's just taking a little longer to come and meet me. It's just a matter of time. I will see him. That's how he's telling himself a narrative so that he can sustain his grief. The problem with grief is happiness has to be actively sought out, but grief and lamentation and sorrow are always readily available. It is also our social contract that we just call sadness a feeling whenever things don't go our way. We want our parents to live longer. We want our people that we love to love us back exactly with the same intensity and with the same emotion that we do. We also are a society that laugh at other people's misfortunes. If you don't believe me, look at the fail videos on the internet and you'll know what I mean. But jokes apart, look around you. Sometimes the grief for us and for those of us around us is so sharp that it can test the limits of our endurance. And look at these first responders, frontline workers, and funeral directors, all of whom are seeing so much trauma, grief, loss, and death because of COVID. It's just unfathomable on a daily basis. So here is how grief comes. For a child, grief might be his low grades because they're immediate and tangible, and it is a realization for him that he's not good enough. A parent's angst might come from the fact that maybe his child is not going to live up to his full potential. Sometimes we are terrified about the dreams that we are having, and we might not be able to fulfill them. An old person, for him, a grief might come with the ugly confrontation that his time is going to be up very soon. Or maybe the country that he has loved so much is in political and civil unrest. But here is one thing. There is life after grief, and this is how you can continue living. So whether you choose to grieve or not, whatever has happened will not be undone. So let's remember this. First, let's acknowledge to ourselves that life is hard. Once we acknowledge that, we are bringing back some of the power back to ourselves, because it is an empowering thought that life is chaotic, unpredictable, and often very, very volatile. And here is what we can do next: self-compassion. If anybody who has lost a loved one says a bad word to you or is rude to you, what do you say? You just ignore them. It's okay, they're going through some tragedy, right? That is how you can treat yourself for sometimes being, unreasonably angry or something about the current situation that you're in. Next, when we are grieving, we can't breathe. So it literally chokes us. So once in a while, let's breathe, let's pause, let's suspend that negative thought, and let's pause and breathe. Remember that we have so much more to offer. Let's take one day at a time, because there's so much to learn from this loss and from the present moment that we are in. There are things going to be out of our control, but difficulty and challenges can be great motivators, because they make you question everything. They make you humble, and they make you more open-minded that bad things can happen to good people. They can make you growth oriented. In the end, our dignity lies in getting a sense of the real deal, that the loss has happened and now it is time to let go of gracefully. Let's not move on, but let's move forward, holding our grief together with us. Thank you. Good luck.